y'all? Man, today we finna get into this topic. You know what I'm saying? I guess he a Texas rapper or whatever. He, I guess he, you know what I'm saying, got into it with some niggas and then killed this girl and then he got killed hours later. I would have just left. Move the fuck out the way. Get the fuck on. Let's get into it, man.
When the family feels, but my
19. You niggas better hold on to that shit if you ain't just having it like that, man. Real talk. Save for the rainy day. No, I'm gonna save mine. Shit, whatever.
Continue to follow the person who shot and killed a man in East Austin is still on the run this morning. I'm Sally Hernandez.
And I'm Tom Miller. Last night, several people called 911 saying they heard gunshots on Bandera Road. It's off of Springdale Road near MLK Boulevard.
In Northwest Austin. This happened early this morning on Brazoria Lane near Lakeline Boulevard and 183. And that's where we find KVUE's Michael Courier, who joins us now with the latest. What can you tell us? And good morning, Michael.
Brian, Yvonne, good morning. Yeah, this is the 18th homicide investigation that is taking place according to police. And the investigation is taking place at a gated community, which you see behind me, which is called The Cottages. Now, it has been finding what they say was a 35-year-old man dead.
Fam, this one right here, this one of those stories where it's more questions than answers. I've been sitting on this for about a week now, because every time I thought we was getting closer to the truth, something new would drop, and somehow we end up knowing even less. And let's be real, that's strange. I mean, think about it. How many times do you hear about a man walking around with tens of thousands of dollars on him, getting shot over 10 times, and don't even get robbed? And what if I told you he escaped death not once, not twice, not 3 times, but it wasn't until...
Hold on. He gets shot 10 times and get robbed? Hey, that was some other shit right there. Bro, that's some other shit.
Till his 4th encounter where he lost his life. And not even 48 hours later, the same girlfriend of that individual who called the police on this fatal night, she ended up losing her life too. So we know out the gate, at least for her boyfriend, it was personal. But what would make her want to lose her life immediately after? Or was her murder orchestrated to look like I mean, after all that, it's no clear reports, no solid answers, and just rumors. Some people saying it was a setup, others saying it was retaliation. And then you got those who believe the situation goes way deeper than anything being said publicly. So today, we might not have every detail, but we have enough to lay out the timeline, present the facts, and pay our respects. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I won't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna jump right to it. Out of Austin that don't always make headlines. Because as fast as that city is growing, so is everything that come with it. Money, pressure, and problems. And every once in a while, something happens that don't fully get explained. Not because people don't care, but because what's behind it might be bigger than what's being reported. And as of late 2025 and early 2026, the Austin Police Department, APD, has seen a significant decrease in murders following a peak in 2021, leading to a high homicide clearance rate for recent cases. While over 400 cold cases and unsolved crimes have accumulated in Austin over the past few decades, the department cleared 100% of the 75 homicides committed in 2023. But going into the 3rd week of April in 2026, APD have 2 homicides that might be connected that has yet to be solved. And one of those individuals is a 35-year-old man identified as Joshua Williams, also known as Lord Josh.
19. You niggas better hold on to that shit if you ain't just having it like that, man. Real talk. Save for the rainy day. No, I'm gonna save mine. Shit, whatever. Look at this, how this all. You can't find the torch, huh?
Yes, I can't find it.
You fucked up.
Bruh.
This hoe cooked out there. Hey, bitch.
Huh?
What's that you got over there, huh? You got that bad motherfucker on you? Can I have that,
Bruh.
bitch? Yeah. That ain't my bunny. That's his bike. He fucked up. He fresh out. He ran over these niggas. Nigga been out 10 days. Sick of you. I'm sick of him, though. Sick of that hoe. Is WAPs out? We on our way to pick up more shit.
40 straight out of the
Lord Josh was a father of two. He was also in a relationship with a young woman identified as Aaliyah Moore. She was well known in Austin. Some say one of the best lash techs you can never find. She was also a mother. Last year she got arrested for a petty misdemeanor. Now I want you guys to keep her in mind because we'll later come to her in the video. But when it came to her boyfriend, Lord Josh, as mentioned at the very beginning of the video, this is a man who escaped death 3 times. And that's just what's public. One of those incidents happened in 2021. Lord Josh was riding in a car with his friend, 23 years old, Darrell DeRay Davison, aka Puda. It was September 20th, 2021. They was in East Austin on the 4700 block of Bandera Road. 911 received a call of multiple gunshots in the area. Callers also reported hearing the yelling before the gunshots. Then a woman had ended up screaming. When suddenly, a man identified as Ronald Charles had approached the passenger front side door and ended up shooting, aiming at Lord Josh. But Puda is in the passenger seat, and instead he gets struck before being pushed out the car as Lord Josh tries to escape, left on the ground before authorities got there shortly before 8:30, pronouncing him deceased. Rest in peace and love and condolences to his family. Ronald turned himself in to Travis County Jail 3 days later on September 23rd.
Continue to follow the person who shot and killed a man in East Austin is still on the run this morning. I'm Sally Hernandez.
And I'm Tom Miller. Last night, several people called 911 saying they heard gunshots on Bandera Road. It's off of Springdale Road near MLK Boulevard. When officers got there, they found a 27-year-old man badly hurt. They tried to save his life, but police say they weren't successful. Officers have not said what could have led up to this shooting, but they are asking for people to be on the lookout there.
And by KXAN's count, this is Austin's 63rd homicide this year. Just a week ago, we were at 60, so we've had 3 within the last week. The previous record for most homicides in 1 year in Austin was back in 1984, and that's when...
Now, around this time, it's the pandemic, and Lord Josh and his crew go by BSO, and they making a name for themselves in Austin. But it seemed Lord Josh would still have a target on his back. Now, Rondo didn't quite get to him. He got to his homie. But the following year, Lord Josh would get shot in his foot. That didn't make the news, but if you knew, you knew. But he survived, thank God. And that ain't stopped Josh from being in the spotlight, known as one of the trappers. Showing his money in almost every post and letting him be known he the guy with the bags.
Why you ain't take that money and just get the fuck on, bro? On God, man. All that money, man, you still in the hood, like you still with the shits and shit. Get your ass this out here. Big ass target, just waiting to get smoked out here. That's all you doing, just waiting to get smoked. I got all this money and waiting to get smoked.
Having pictures with Mikey and OG3. But on the first week of April in 2026, Lord Josh luck will run out. On April 3rd, 2026, according to Austin Police Department, officers received a call about a possible shooting shortly before 12:45 a.m. in the 10,900 block of Brazoria Lane, not far from Cottages and Northwoods apartment complex. And the person that called police was Aaliyah. And the person she said was on the floor was her 35-year-old boyfriend, Lord Josh. Once police got on the scene, they said they found a 35-year-old man who was injured. He was pronounced dead at 1:09 a.m. May he rest in peace and love and condolences to his family. Now to this day, police say no suspect is in custody, and police have yet to identify one as we speak.
In Northwest Austin. This happened early this morning on Brazoria Lane near Lakeline Boulevard and 183. And that's where we find KVUE's Michael Courier, who joins us now with the latest. What can you tell us? And good morning, Michael.
Brian, Yvonne, good morning. Yeah, this is the 18th homicide investigation that is taking place according to police. And the investigation is taking place at a gated community, which you see behind me, which is called the Cottages. Now, it has been very quiet since we arrived here. We have seen within the past 5 minutes about 3 more police vehicles make their way through that gated community. As around 12:43 a.m., according to Austin Police, they say there were multiple calls to 911 of people hearing gunshots. Police arrived to this neighborhood at around 1:09 a.m., finding what they say was a 35-year-old man dead. Now, they do say that nobody is in custody and there is no known suspect at this time. Police believe this is an isolated incident with no threat to the community. Now, at this point in the investigation, police are still contacting and speaking with neighbors that are there in this gated community at the cottages. They are also really searching the area, canvassing the area, making sure that they didn't miss anything. And Austin police are also saying if there is anyone out there that may have any information to this homicide investigation, to contact police. Reporting live in Northwest Austin, Michael Curry.
Now here's where things get tricky in this story. Following Lord Josh's murder, 24 hours later, the person who made that phone call to 911 about Lord Josh being gunned down will suddenly have questionable moments following her demise. Aaliyah, it was reports that she got her father's firearm. That's only speculation, maybe for protection. I mean, her boyfriend was just gunned down in gruesome fashion with all his money on him and jury. It wasn't even a robbery. It was a hit. But then by April 5th, 2026, it was reported that Aaliyah had allegedly lost her life. Except this time, there was no trail, no news report, and even some suggest she did it to herself, or it was possibly a setup, which makes you put everything in perspective. If it was because she lost her boyfriend, I'm not sure a strong mother would do such thing knowing she had kids. But nonetheless, may Aaliyah rest in peace and love and condolences to her family. But then it got to the point, fam, where a Texas well-known trapper and his girlfriend lost their lives less than 48 hours apart. Crime scenes. Yet and still, no arrests and no real reports. And by April 7, 2026, a person who knew Aaliyah went to social media and said the following: "My heart is truly broken. Aaliyah was young, full of life, a true boss lady in every sense. I was her first lash tech, then became her trainer. She was fresh out of high school when she took off. No 9 to 5, just lashes, hustle, and pure drive. She built her own lane and stood on it with so much confidence. Aaliyah was a go-getter, a beautiful soul, and carried herself with so much grace and pride. If you knew her, you knew. She always kept a bankroll. That was my girl. I'm hurting in ways I don't even have words for. I'm gonna miss that beautiful face, those pretty eyes, your energy, your presence. Until we meet again, pretty girl. I am so sorry. My condolences go out to her family." Now, as mentioned, fam, we headed to the third week of April 2026, and there's still no real report or no arrest been made. Austin PD, y'all got some work to do, man, because these taxpaying citizens deserve some answers. And for sure they found it. With that being said, fam, y'all remember what I said at the very beginning. This might be one of them ones where we got more questions than answers. And if and when those questions get answered, you know I'm gonna keep you guys in the loop.
They just smoked their ass and just, that's it. Nothing else. Next. Bro, they got rid of her.